going around like a wildfire lately. So, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Um, we're gonna talk about his future. Honestly, I'm confused right now. This is,
What are you confused about?
I mean, there's. We'll talk more about it. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and let you pop it off and let us know what to unclear my confusion if you can.
There's only certain confused about. I get it. I get it. You you went to the NFC Championship and you lost
Hmm.
again. So you're 1-4. You look at your team right now and you're trying to figure out what's going on with the Packers because they instead of drafting you another weapon so you can throw the ball to or somebody on defense that can help them, they draft your backup. You're like, what's going on? You see me, I you give me a gun with no bullets. And you give me a house with no walls to protect me. So what I'm supposed to do? So right now he's saying that, oh man, don't worry, I'm coming back. First he said, nothing's really certain, including me. But then he's like, nah, I'm coming back and everything. Listen, I'm an MVP. I'm gonna be honest with you, gentlemen. Look, I'm gonna talk to my GM like, look, I'm gonna give y'all one more shot. Y'all better draft me something that I can work with. If not, I'm out. And if he's out, we might get this. And that's not good for me.
I don't think he would go there though. There's nothing.
True, but you know what?
That's like leaving.
Let's
That's
just settle
leaving
the
a
debate
worse.
though.
That's leaving a worse situation. Yeah.
True, but let's settle the debate though.
Forget the debate. There's no debate.
But there's a possibility he can go. It's Aaron Rodgers. So if Aaron Rodgers said, "Yo, I'm out," any team want me, his phone is constantly ringing.
He's
I
gonna
mean,
have to make
So
a
they
pay
already
cut too.
said 3% of the league has hit hit people up about Matthew Stafford. So I'm pretty sure it will be even
higher than that,
higher than that for
higher than that. So if I'm the Packers organization, I better start looking for more things in the draft that can help Aaron Rodgers instead of just backing up Aaron Rodgers because I think he's like, look, I'm done. I need help. I did everything I could. I'm an MVP. I did everything, but I need help.
Well, in my opinion, I mean, there's different ways I can go about this. I mean, for one, from everything that I got from that press conference, actually the also the video that he did with Pat, he could be weighing his option, and I think this is would be kind of like somewhat in the NBA kind of like effect in some ways to where depending on what the Packers do this offseason, who
He
they
might.
retain, he could be like, hey, I want out, like Deshaun Watson's doing right now. That's if they're not able to retain the players that he would want. So the Packers definitely have to meet his demands. And this time around, the ball's in his court. So
Mm-hmm.
um, if he wants to, say, hey, I want a receiver and this and that and the other, then I think the Packers should strongly do that. But if they do the same thing they did last season, then yeah, he's definitely gonna be like, I'm out. And the draft is in April, so there's definitely plenty of time for him to get traded to
Right.
the team because he can be like, hey, you know what? I'm just not gonna play for y'all. And of course, like you were talking about, well, Spence, you having him over to New England. The only reason why I don't think that's gonna happen is, well, for one, he's gonna have to take a pay cut because Bill Belichick won't
Right.
pay that. But
Right.
willing to do that, then cool. But again, I don't see it, but anything is possible,
I,
as we've seen.
well,
Uh, or
it's all memes.
yeah. So I mean, with that being said, I mean, if he does get the pieces that he wants, then he could stay. It's just as he said, he wants a he wants a extension on his contract. So if he doesn't get that either, then hey, I would definitely be pushing that envelope to being like, hey, I want out instead of staying there because if the team is saying, hey, we're not going to give you an extension on your contract, then that's just telling me, hey, we don't we don't have plans for you beyond this time frame, and that's fine. I'd rather play somewhere else where they're going to listen to my input, like what Tom Brady's being um, given that respect, that you know just listening to whatever demands or whatever he is seeking at his point in career, because obviously Aaron Rodgers is getting older, so he's not getting younger. So I would take advantage of it as soon as possible instead of waiting for an organization, because organizations have no mercy on players when they decide that they are done with you. So why should a player let the organization dictate that when you can dictate it yourself? Whether it's forcing yourself to retire, just like Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders and etc., or you know you make a move like what Deshaun Watson's doing right now. So Trey.
All right. So for me, so is it likely that he's gonna leave? Honestly, no. I think it's just one of those things where I mean, it's an emotional loss. I mean, you feel like you just had a great season. You're probably gonna win your third MVP, and you're questioning some of the, I guess, the decisions, i.e. that fourth down call. I guess you want to go for it. They said that they didn't want to go for it. If it's me, I'm pretty sure he had the whole Jordan Love thing in the back of his mind all season. Like he didn't make a big deal about it. You didn't hear anything about it all year, but I'm pretty sure it was in the back of his mind. Like, this is another, and especially in that situation, the Bucks did a pretty good job of taking Devontae Adams away. There was a little stretch where you know, Devontae's players like that, they're gonna get theirs, but they definitely limited his impact on that game. So I'm pretty sure even in that situation, he probably was thinking about it in the back of his head, like, sure would have been nice if I had another option really to go to. And then, so I kind of started looking at it. I was like, let's look at some of the receivers that went off the board after they drafted Jordan Love. So you had T. Higgins was still there. You had Chase
I would
Claypool
agree.
was still there.
Man, he's doing great.
Um, Chenault was still there, and then KJ Hamler was still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So Hamler, he was a little banged up this season with Denver, but I mean, with that speed and playing in, with Aaron Rodgers, who knows how much different his career or his rookie season could have looked. As good as Chase Claypool did look with Pittsburgh, I mean, how much better could he have looked with Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball?
That'd have been perfect.
That would have been great.
Adams and then Claypool, you still would have MVS and Lazard. Just saying, like, but what ifs? It is what it is. They didn't choose
It
to do that. They
is what
chose to
it
take
is.
Jordan Love, and I mean, as of right now, I can't say that it was the decision because they still went 13-1, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it kind of worked out. But for me, like you said about the whole cap, him want to restructure his cap thing. I think that's where the key in all this is, because the Packers, as of right now, they only have 2 million in available cap space right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're more than likely going to lose Aaron Jones because they're not going to be able to re-sign him. He's gonna hit open market, so the AJ Dillon or the Dillon signing,
Yeah.
yeah,
Age
that made sense because you're not going to be able to pay Aaron Jones. So that was a good signing for the second round. So
Also, the other running back.
well, they already had him, right?
Oh, he's gonna be a free agent too.
Oh, he's going to be free agent as well. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
both running backs.
So
Both
yeah.
running backs, left tackle, and I think that's it.
So with that being said, yeah. So AJ Dillon was a great pick to draft in the second round. Great draft pick. as far as Love, that's to be determined, because if he ends up starting in 2 years, 3 years, and he's, I mean, it's hard to say that he would be the next Rodgers, right? But
Of course.
let's say if he was just half as good, right? Then I guess that makes sense. They did the same thing. Like this is their strategy. They did the same thing with Favre. They drafted Rodgers 4 years too early. Favre wasn't happy about it, but look how it planned out in the long run, right? So I'll say the Jordan Love pick was to be determined. Now for this coming off season though, at this point, you got to go get me help. Like there's no way that I stay here and you just try to run it back with the same roster, which we're going to lose some key pieces. There's no way you can look this man in the face, have him come back, and not go draft him some help. I'm just saying, like, that would be the ultimate disrespect at this point. But I don't think he should honestly believe, because I think this is his easiest path to a Super Bowl, is to stay where he's at. The division's soft. You have one of the best O-lines in the league. And realistically, where are you going to go that you can really, for 100% fact, say that this is going to be the better spot for him to go, and that it's going to get him further than the NFC Championship?
I mean, personally, I would say the Colts.
In the NFC?
Well, the AFC.
Oh, well, yeah, the Colts in the
that-
AFC.
They got a defense. They got a run
Here
game.
comes the problem, though. Do you really want to try to go through Mahomes in the AFC?
That's the only problem.
Maybe he needs to change the scenery. He's obviously, you've seen the
Maybe the AFC. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is AFC.
he has a bad record in the conference championships and
In the NFC.
so
But what if he goes to the AFC and it all flips?
maybe.
I mean, of course he's gonna have to see 15. Of course.
So you want to lose in the AFC Championship instead of the NFC Championship, is what you're saying?
But what
That's
but
what
what
I'm
if
doing.
but what if what if it's not?
What if he decides he wants to go to the Washington football team? Still in the NFC. That division is, considered weak.
Weak division. Good D line. Their O line is horrible though.
Yeah.
Horrible. Listen. If he's going to,
as much as people want to blame Haskins,
that O line was
in 6 games he got sacked 20 times in 6 games. Alex Smith in 6 games got sacked 29 times. Aaron Rodgers is not going to Washington.
he ain't gonna survive there.
So it's like I did the same thing. I looked at different teams, and it's like different teams have like
there's 4 teams in the NFC that he can't go, but their salary cap is so done that he can't even look at them.
It's not even about that's a big factor too. But
if I say, because if you want to knock out, if you really want to knock out salary caps and everything, he could be a saint. You know that, right?
Yeah. They are the first. That can never happen because they're so bad they're so messed up with it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're knocking Cap out, that's what I'm saying.
No,
if you're knocking Cap out,
saying legitimate places, which everybody
with
says
Cap. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody says the Rams. That's like what the popular places are, because he wants to get back to California.
He can be around.
Yeah, they can make some work out.
He can be around. He don't have to worry about his job. His job is secure since he get there.
I don't think he's necessarily worried about his job.
No.
In the fact of Jordan Love competing with him.
No. But
them wanting him, if they feel like they want to push him out, like Vick said, when they're ready to just throw him away, they're gonna just throw him away.
I would say, well, he could be around. Rams is not bad.
I like the 49ers because he's gonna have a defense that he has not, probably be his best defense. Like definitely
Yeah,
be better,
but
I think, than the one that he won the Super Bowl with. Honestly,
yes, but
that
they
defense,
got it.
they don't
They
have no
got it.
receivers to me though. So it's
I
like,
mean,
That's true.
to
But
me,
the
I
Rams
think
don't really have any either. I mean, except Cooper
I
and
think
maybe
they
Higby.
I think they actually do got receivers over there in San.
And 49ers? Yeah,
Yeah,
San Fran has some. Debo
the,
they
Samuel's been
have some
playing.
young,
it's just it's untapped
I
right.
mean,
yeah,
Just because
right,
Jimmy
but
Garoppolo,
yeah, who knows what he can turn them into. So you're right. A
right.
talent like Aaron Rodgers, he may be
Now,
good.
and
now
especially
it's
the fact that he got George Kittle.
yeah,
But
yeah.
okay, again, so look, like I said, every place I can think of is like, okay, I can see some positive. We're getting hype on the 49ers, right? But you're not playing the Lions twice a year, you're not playing the Bears twice a year. That's a
You're
dog
playing
division. You got the
Yeah,
right.
Rams twice, you
You
got
got
the Seahawks twice, you got
Seahawks
the
twice, and you
Cardinals
got
twice.
Cardinals twice.
You're
Yeah.
not just gonna sweep just because you get
Now,
Aaron Rodgers doesn't mean you're gonna
now,
win 8 games in your division. So
all right. Then let's
again, the
play.
Packers is probably the easiest path for him with everything he needs for the most part. It's to stay put. Why would you
I mean,
leave? Why are you leaving?
yeah. I mean,
true.
it makes all the world. It makes all the sense in the world. Just like I
The
was saying,
Colts, if you wanted to go to AFC, the Colts is probably the surest bet because
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
great O
If he
line, good defense. You're
defense,
gonna have to get a receiver, obviously, like because
right,
Hilton's pretty much done.
unless
T-Mark,
you
right.
think Michael Pittman is
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
he can get him. He can get him right,
He's
but you still need another one.
yeah.
your running game is pretty much
But for
set.
but for me though, again, do I want to try to go through Mahomes? I mean,
That's that's the
Hey,
only problem.
it'll be the discount double check AFC Championship game.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
because
it's
really,
State Farm.
you gotta look
Oh,
at it.
my bad.
You
State
gotta
Farm.
Yeah,
look at it this way. Breeze is gone now, pretty much.
pretty much.
Brady to be determined because
One.
I have a theory that if the Bucks win, I feel like he would just hang it up.
No, I
That's
don't think
just
he's
me.
gonna do
That's the theory I have, but that's to be
it.
determined.
Yeah,
I feel like he would be a mercenary.
I think I think Brady
I
is
think
like the kind of
if
guy
he if he's done this, he's gonna be like, okay, I can do it with them. Let me see if I can do it with y'all.
I think Brady is going to be more so on that mindset of, hey, I got a championship, I got my seventh ring. Why not see if we can do back to back and then ride off in the sunset?
We'll see.
That's what I think.
You got to factor in though. The team as it's constructed now is not going to look the same next year because of cap reasons too. Chris Godwin's coming up.
Yeah,
Guys, franchise Shaq Barrett, so you either got to throw that bag at him or somebody else is. The team as constructed now is not going to be the same team next year.
but also,
Fournette was a 1 year rental.
yeah, he's not. He's not most likely not going to be back.
Yes, a
But
lot of gonna. It's not going to be the same as that
I,
team.
there's
I,
just
it
one
will.
thing that I can say about the team that I was really impressed with. Ali Marpet, Mike Evans, and there was a few other players. Cameron Braid. They all took pay cuts this season to help free up salary cap and whatnot. So, I mean, if we got more players that's willing to, hey, release some more cap space, then so be it. Or if saying Shaq Barrett decides, hey, he'll take less, but
I mean,
I don't think so.
I get it. I
that's
get it.
all. That's all to be determined
I
stuff.
won a
But
I get.
championship.
Everybody's all brotherly and all that, but when money talks, money talks.
Yeah.
yeah, because didn't he just win Defensive Player of the Year last year?
And
Did he win the? I know he was the sack leader. He didn't win
Or
defensive.
he was
sack
yeah,
leader,
he
I'm
was
sorry.
sack leader. He
Yeah,
was
sack
sack
leader.
leader because
Yeah.
Gilmore was the
Yeah,
best
Gilmore.
player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore won Defensive Player of the Year. But
Yeah,
he
Gilmore.
led the league
He
in
was
sacks last year. So he really was supposed to get a payday last year. To
That
be honest.
year.
So
surprised.
okay, you guys franchised him. Cool.
Okay.
I don't know if he's doing that again though.
I don't think he's gonna get top dollar based off of his season, his production, but
Regular season, but in the he was
playoffs.
stepping up in the playoffs. So
Yeah, it's a
it's
big
what,
thing.
it's what have you seen him the film lately? So it's just like,
It's what you've been lately.
So
and you got to
it's a
think
possibility.
about it this way: with some of these like bad teams that just need players, there's always going to be teams with money or bad teams with money that always overpay. Not saying he's a bad player, but it's just like they will overpay to make sure they get a good talent.
Right. They will overpay people just to have them.
Yeah,
So.
just because. Like, I honestly, Chris Godwin's gone. I don't see him coming back. He's gonna get that bag that y'all aren't gonna be able to pay him. But it is what it is.
I mean, you also got to think too. JPP. I don't know what his future is gonna look like because, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying though. If Brady were to win this one, to me, this is the best point to write off on the sunset.
Yeah.
Because next year
you can roll the dice and see what pieces you guys can keep together. Like, for the most part, y'all will be solid, but
it's definitely.
I don't know. Like, okay, you lose Chris Godwin. AB will definitely run it back as long as Brady's there. Gronk already said he's coming back, so there's little pieces like that. But
yeah, he said he's taking a discount too.
Yeah, so. But you'll need AB to do more than what you needed him for now if you lose Godwin.
Yeah,
but you still got Scotty Miller who could step up and Tyler Johnson. So, I mean, it could work. I'm just saying though, Chris Godwin will be a big piece to lose. Potentially, Shaq Barrett is a big piece to lose. I think having Fournette helped out. Just somebody. I mean, I feel like Rojo is the starter, but I definitely feel like it helped having Leonard Fournette because otherwise you're gonna play what Vaughn, the rookie, and it seems like anytime I seen him get in the game, he typically fumbled the ball. From what I've seen from him, not sure how high the Bucks are on him. But yeah,
but all that saying, I guess
as far as with Rodgers though, like I was saying, you're more or less in the best situation for you, at least for next year. Now,
but
depending on what you do in the off season, let's say they go to the NFC Championship and lose again next year, at that point, if you feel like, okay, I can't do this anymore, but I feel like you run it back if I'm Aaron Rodgers.
Now, okay, let me say this. All right, so let's say you do run it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say for this draft they draft something that, I guess, let's say they draft something that complements him, run it back, and it didn't work. Where would he go now? I mean, I don't know how everybody else cap space is next year.
Well, that would be determined then, but there is always going to be a market for him.
Aaron Rodgers, of course.
Yeah, so he can just about go anywhere.
Pretty much, he can go everywhere he wants to. But I do see what you're saying, that if you for this one, might as well just stick it out. I mean, it's the easiest way. Because they have Lions.
The Lions are essentially 2 free wins.
Who else? Vikings.
The Vikings, the Bears. I mean,
okay.
The Vikings beat them.
Okay, they got Vikings and Bears. Okay.
But realistically, he's dominated these teams
right
throughout his career. So it's like,
so you're going to
switch it up.
I'm saying AFC might be him. He might be an AFC player. He might be an AFC guy. We'll never know.
I mean, you guys can say what you want about the Patriots not having pieces for Brady and this and that. I think honestly he left the AFC because of that new wave of QBs over there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it. That is definitely a reason.
All three of them boys beat Brady his last year in the AFC. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes.
Yeah, he couldn't compete.
And Josh.
He couldn't compete with the teams that he had. So yeah, that's true. But it's true in a sense, because if he had the pieces that he's been begging for over in New England, then he'd probably feel a different way. But that's the main reason why he left, because Bill Belichick wasn't trying to give him. It felt like Bill Belichick was trying to screw it up. So he basically forced him out, which is ultimately what happened, which Tom Brady has been talking about it this season, that Robert Kraft has reached out to him, congratulating him to getting into the Super Bowl, but Bill Belichick hasn't said a word to him at all. And every time they mention Bill Belichick, Tom Brady just he's radio silent. He doesn't have much to say. So I feel like there's a little something going on between them two. And like I said, I just feel like Bill Belichick basically pushed Tom Brady out of town. Robert Kraft, if it was up to Robert Kraft, he would have kept him. But it's Bill Belichick's team. So he's
I
going to
mean,
be there
if
longer
that's the
than,
case, you get rid of Belichick, but you're
yeah.
not going to do that either. So
I mean, he's the coach. So, and he's brought those 6 Super Bowls to New England. So he feels, I'm sure Robert Kraft is probably like, well, he's going to be in the game a lot longer than
yeah,
Tom Brady
it
will be.
makes sense.
So,
Yeah, at this point, it makes sense. But you got to think Belichick. If it was up to Belichick, Brady would have been gone
yeah,
like
that's
5
true.
years ago. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
and
Robert
I mean, they
Kraft,
won what? They won 3 more Super Bowls since then, and been the like that's crazy that he.
he
I mean,
basically
I get
broke.
it. I get Belichick's mindset. You know, he would rather get rid of a player, I guess, a couple years too early versus too late. But
I don't know. It's kind of had me thinking. I mean, I know this year is kind of, we said we'll give him like at least 2 to 4 years to kind of like give him a better judgment into
Out.
that
Oh,
this was
okay.
the right move or not. But right now, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking more so it was more Tom Brady than Bill. Obviously, Bill he keeps the team competitive, but as it's been widely reported, and you look at when he was with the Browns and even his early days with the Patriots, didn't have a winning season. I mean, he had one winning season. I think that was in 2007 when Tom Brady went down and they were 11-5. But outside of that, what has he really done without Tom Brady? So, I don't.
I mean, I don't know, because for me, you got to factor in with the whole COVID thing how many
Yeah, that's why I
years
said
they were short.
yeah, it's a
Each
tough
with
Yeah,
year.
because a
the
lot of
Patrick
defense
Chung,
players did
the
not say no.
DJ Hightower, like there was a lot of key
All
players. Like
and those were
I think they had
key
the
on
most.
defense.
I think they had like 30 something players
Hmm.
opt out. So who knows if he maybe could have made the playoffs with the team as is now with his full roster. So
Yeah, that's
I
why I
can't
need to.
really judge that because I mean, on the flip side, let's play devil advocate for what you said.
Okay.
Look at the flip side of things. The Bucks were a top 5 defense last year. Pretty much all the same weapons that he has now were there. I mean, aside from what? Okay, you brought in AB, but how much did he truly contribute this year? Gronkowski. So that's what I'm saying. The
What do you
Bucks'
mean?
problem last year was
What do you mean? How
as
much?
somebody who turned the ball over like 40 something times. That's the issue because you got to think about it. Even last year, the Bucks never got blown out. Really, I can't think of a game where the Bucks just got embarrassed.
Dog walk.
Yeah,
No,
they should
they
have.
were in every game, but they had somebody who was just incapable
ESPN
of,
Classic.
yeah, holding on to the ball. Not, I'm not even saying just 30 picks. He had like 40 something turnovers
Right.
Yeah,
as a whole. So
you had the good with the bad with him.
yeah. So, but that's what I'm just saying. The Bucks weren't a bad team per se. They were better than their record. It was kind of like I feel like that about Carolina this year. I feel like they were in a lot of games that I mean they lost 3 because their kicker missed a field goal. Which I mean the Bucks had some of that too. So it's just like now Brady does Brady bring a certain swagger and I feel like does the team
Yeah.
want to play harder because it's Tom Brady and they just have this confidence from him?
Yeah.
Yes. Just I feel like a lot of people are giving Brady a little bit too much of the credit where the Bucks were a decent team already. Like they were kind of like how I feel about the Colts right now, a QB away.
Hmm.
I could say that probably was the Bucks last year.
Hmm.
And you know I hate the Bucks, but I can be honest in saying like again, they had everything you need, and that's what Brady saw. He could have went anywhere too. He could have went to any other team. He chose the Bucks for a reason. Let's be real.
Yeah,
But I feel like that's the Colts this year. They feel like they get the right QB over there.
There'd be
And
golden.
it just might be Stafford.
It just might be Stafford.
See?
That's crazy.
It's crazy to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Matt Stafford, the AFC. Now
It-
watch him ball out.
it's just crazy how they basically a mutual. I mean, they said that they wanted Matthew Stafford to stay there, but obviously Matthew Stafford said that he wants to leave Detroit, but they didn't let Calvin Johnson leave when he wanted to leave,
Oh yeah.
and obviously Barry Sanders. So I don't know. Like I don't want to get into that, but if y'all on the same wavelength, then
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. let's just face it, because those two is once in a lifetime. You're gonna have to figure out. You got to get out.
Breaking news alert. I'm sure Vick just got this too. Houston Texans finalizing a deal to make Baltimore Ravens assistant David Cooley their next head coach.
Yeah.
David Cooley.
So I'm not too familiar with him, honestly.
Care to explain?
But yeah, Deshaun Watson's definitely leaving. This is
he's
the coach he wanted. I can tell you right now.
I mean, he was a receiver coach. He spent most of his career doing that. So I mean, the offensive minded coach, I don't know him particularly too well to be able to give you more in depth about him.
I mean, he must have been not doing a lot, because y'all didn't really throw the ball that much anyway.
Yeah, I mean, well, for one, like I was telling y'all, last podcast and even before then, Greg Roman, he's more a run heavy off head coach, well, not head coach, offensive coordinator.
Coordinator.
That's why I just I was saying Lamar needs to get more in a rhythm of passing the ball. They need to have more passing concepts, more creativity, like Eric the enemy. Just
this might fix the problem too, though, because look, I'm just kind of reading the report. It says he's the Ravens' assistant head coach, the passing game coordinator, and the receivers coach. So he wasn't coordinating much passes from where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
he didn't coordinate a lot of passes where you sitting. What I'm saying either.
I'd be mad if I was Deshaun Watson.
Look,
well,
Deshaun.
He's
listen.
already.
Listen, the house is packed up. He just got Picket City. Look, green and teal teal and orange look good. I promise you, bro. I promise.
Into it, man. Devontae already came out and said that he want to reunite. I feel like they're gonna get Tua or get Devontae Smith and Harris.
You think you can get Harris?
Miami at 18. Yeah. At 18, yes.
They got him projected to go. I think it was 23rd or 24th.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've seen a report already. Both Pittsburgh and Miami are like the two teams right now that are real high on Harris. So if he falls down to like 15-ish, he's still there. I can see Pittsburgh move up and jump in front of Miami and take him. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. If he lands at either spot, I'm cool with it. I kind of feel like Pittsburgh needs it a little bit more than Miami does, to be honest.
Well, no. Nah, bro, we need that. Appreciate it.
And it just depends on how the ball's gonna fall. How the Pittsburgh.
I think Pittsburgh needs it more, but if Miami
why they got Connor?
It'd be great.
He's a free agent, actually, unrestricted. No restrictions for me either. Just free to go. Don't even look back.
That's how you gonna do it, boy.
That ain't my boy. That was never my boy. 4-year starter ain't never hit 1,000 yards yet. Where are we boys?
He's a solid backup.
Solid
backup, yes, I agree. I would love him as a spell. Come in and spell somebody. Yeah. So go get me the talent, the all around back. And then if you want to come for like the vet minimum, like Haskins is, cool. You could stick around for that. But if you think you're finna get some money, and we didn't pay late, if they, hold on, if
Yeah.
they pay him and they didn't pay Le'Veon, oh my
You're finna blow a
I
gasket.
will be,
I hope they do.
oh my
Hi.
god, I will lose my mind.
Oh, if I see that, don't even ask the topics. Don't even ask them. Because you already know it.
Yeah, nah. But honestly, I don't think there's nothing that justifies re-signing him. Let's be real. Like I said, 4-year starter, you've never had a 1,000-yard season. Granted, you made the Pro Bowl your first year starting. That's cool, but you've been on the decline since. We're good. But did y'all have anything else before we wrap it up?
Nah. I just Matt Stafford and Deshaun Watson. Those are two quarterbacks I'm keeping a close eye on.
Yeah, this off season is going to be interesting, especially
Close
with
eye.
quarterback carousel.
Yeah, it's gonna be the shuffle of the quarterbacks.
Yep, because when one goes, then you got to X this spot out for this person, and then okay, maybe they'll go here, and then I mean, if Aaron is stubborn and doesn't just stay put, he could shuffle, he could mix all that up. Because basically, if you're somebody who's interested in Deshaun Watson, you should be on the phone for Stafford too, because it's probably going to cost you a lot less to get
Right.
Stafford.
To get Stafford. Yeah.
Stafford probably would be one first round pick, where Watson, you're probably gonna have to give up a few first and potentially a player. Stafford's only going to be 33, so it's not like he's ancient, especially the way quarterbacks play these days. What, Brady's 42?
43.
43.
43, and what, Breeze is what?
I think he was 41.
41?
Yeah, 41.
So at this rate, the way quarterbacks play, he's still pretty young. He could potentially go ahead and have a whole second career if he goes to the right place. Because Stafford's always been talented.
So
I feel like he never had it never all clicked, like we said. He had Calvin Johnson, but when the offense was right, I felt like the defense wasn't good, and vice versa.
Right.
Drew Brees is 42 and Tom Brady's 43. But the only thing I want to say is, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's just 10 years difference from Matt Stafford right now. So think about it that way. Consider he stays healthier, and consider he even wants to play that long. But
right,
he's fairly young.
The only thing I want to say is if Aaron Rodgers decides that he wants to leave Green Bay, it would suck for Green Bay, but it would be great because they would get some draft capital to build for the future.
Sure.
For sure.
But
definitely
at least
Matthew Stafford, I feel like if there's a team that may get him and kind of like get him for a surprisingly good deal, it's the that team behind Spence's background, the New England Patriots. I can see
I
it.
don't need. I could deal with Matt. I could deal with Matt. I'll deal with Matt.
Bill Belichick's all about getting the best deals possible. So if he can get him for a reasonable price, I think he would do it. But
I can deal with Matt.
About the Patriots, I mean, maybe this year is a little different, but he's known to trade out of the first round anyway. So I can see him ship the Lions a first. And you got to think, well, I guess they're not there anymore. I was gonna say with Patricia and them over there, but they're no longer.
Yeah, they're not there no more. Yeah, he's not there no more.
But yeah. I would hate to see that though.
Yeah. I'd rather see him in a Colts jersey, but
I can deal with Stafford. I can deal with Stafford. I can deal with that. I can deal with it.
I think people are kind of underrating how good Stafford
is. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Stafford's just
Stafford.
Stafford can throw.
He don't really throw too many picks. Like he's
actually he's very accurate.
He stayed too long in a bad relationship.
I'm
it was the money. It was the money.
I'm gonna say this.
It was really.
If Matthew Stafford goes to the Indianapolis Colts, they're going to the AFC Championship game.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
That's not a bad take because, like I said, I feel like they are a QB away, and he definitely
might be that.
I like that way more than Carson. Like, so Carson Wentz going there, you don't feel like they're going to the AFC Championship?
Hell no.
Okay, so we on the same wavelength because it's
no. I feel like you might as well keep Rivers.
It's a wild card.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
You might as well keep Rivers.
Yeah, with Wentz. Sorry, Wentz. I just don't see that in you.
I don't.
Stafford though.
And I'm trying to.
Oh.
I don't. I still don't.
All right, but you have anything else, Vince?
Nah.
Right. Well, we shall reconvene on Saturday. I know Vic hasn't wanted to say much about it, so and we still got a little bit of time before we get into predictions and really analyzing the Super Bowl and all that.
I'm ready for that.
Just gonna let him enjoy his time right now.
Are we gonna enjoy it?
Yeah. Just take this word of advice real quick though. And I guess it's kind of like it's not even a question, but it's just like, in a sense, that last Super Bowl, I probably would have rather not made it than to have made it and to have lost. So just I'm gonna leave you with that. But
we here.
All right. So nonetheless, this part of the show, you know how this goes, right? So you don't have to agree. You can disagree, but at the end of the day, all takes are valid.
That last take wasn't, but
under 10 days, but
we're gonna see you Saturday, everybody.